let us know when we're live. All right, nice. What's up, guys? We're back with the set, or technically third but second streamed game of the day. WooLoo Gang, hot off the heels of the straight clapping that just happened to them from Rams of Love, is here to play again and try their luck against 2D Simp Squad to see if they can maybe find a slightly different result. Also, we're here with Mr. Connor. We have switched out one of the casters. Connor, the Supreme Leader himself.
I had to tag in,
Mr.
make
Connor,
sure the ship
we have
is
switched out one of the
surviving
casters.
okay.
Connor, the Supreme
Now,
Leader
is this
himself.
WooLoo Gang's third game or fourth game?
Third game.
Okay, so we're gonna see if they're gonna do the reverse hat trick or turn their luck around.
Third game. Yeah, I'm seeing if who can beat their best time of how fast you can beat this team, because WooLoo Gang does not look good. Now, to be fair, they caught Mop in their first game, and Mop is just does not look good. Now, good. I couldn't think of the right adjective there, but they are just really, really good. And then they caught Rams of Love, where their challenger player actually went into the jungle in his main challenger role instead of offering himself to top lane. So they caught some pretty hard teams right here in their first two games. So maybe it won't be quite as bad. Maybe they'll actually be able to put up a fight here against 2D Sim Squad. But
Yeah, I happened to watch that last game, and the jungle diff was pretty massive, all from the first invade. I think that there was like a botched invade that turned into giving Aurelia a pretty big XP deficit that just like it all went downhill from there.
Becca, can you? Oh, okay, you muted your mic. All right, that's fine. I was just gonna say it's like doubling. Becca, you're good. You're good. Oh, okay, you.
Nice. Yeah, this I don't know. It was a huge jungle diff. It feels bad when your best player is your jungle, but the enemy's best team is also their jungle, and through no fault of your own, that jungle is just so much better. I don't even blame Sodalist for that, for his play in that game. He did not play super well, but he's Diamond 4 and he's playing against the challenger. Like, I don't know, man. There's a reason he's not challenger. So, I
don't blame him. I don't blame him for the loss. It happens.
Yeah, exactly. He tried his best. He tried to make plays happen. At least I'll give this to WooLoo Gang. In both their games, they've constantly tried to make plays happen. It's like they realize they're not favored to win, and a lot of these plays, actually all of these plays, are going against them, and they're losing every single one. But at least they're willing to take them, and they don't give up, and they keep trying to make plays until the Nexus explodes. So.
And for the first time, they're playing against a team that has already lost. So maybe this is the difference maker. Maybe now that they're playing against a team that's a little bit worse so far, a little bit worse week one than the other two, maybe that's all they need to just pop off.
Perhaps.
Now, has the draft started yet? No.
Not quite. Hopefully it starts here pretty soon. Game was scheduled for 8, so they're just a little bit behind schedule, but they should be able to get in pretty quick here. I don't think we're gonna have to worry about anybody losing bans or anything like that.
Yeah, it looks like we are missing Simp for Sanch, and that it? Maybe? We have 4 spectators in here. I don't know if any of them are players. We have Red Lightning.
Is Cars 2. I'm Red Lightning.
I'm Cars 2.
You're Cars 2. Okay. McLeichie is not playing. He wanted to watch the game live.
Oh shit.
I'm pretty sure.
Live and 3 minutes behind.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to hear the casting. I think he just wants to watch the game live. So.
Little weird of him to say that.
Yeah, he's just spectating. I guess he's in the chat, so he can hear us talk still. So he can still hear us cast, but we'll be casting 3 minutes behind.
Okay, cool.
What the game is going on. But yeah, he just wanted to get a better, quicker thing of the action. Maybe he has to leave 3 minutes before he thinks the game is going to end. So he needs all the minutes he can get.
Smart move, honestly.
Yeah. So we'll see. We don't. Still missing some players. I don't know what's up with that, but it looks like they're saying they've actually already started the pro draft. So right away into these picks.
And you have to wonder if their players are even in call right now, or if Sodalist is just saying, you know what, I'm gonna draft by myself. Screw you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I would hope they're all in call. Let me put it that way. If they're not, it feels bad. They might be a little tilted after that first game. Hopefully they can recover their mental. It does look like they're taking the tactic of banning junglers again against Sodalist, so won't be able to play his Warwick, won't be able to play his Olaf. They've actually banned out some junglers themselves as well. They got rid of Lilia, Nidalee, and then Yone, which is going to be directed towards Lokesh in the mid lane.
Yeah, then they dropped the Malzahar ban. Just saw Blaz play it last game, and he wasn't able to win with it there. But
No.
they still are a little bit fearful of it. The Graves is being hovered right now and locked in again. Sotola said last time I kind of ran it, but this time I'm not against a challenger, and I'm feeling confident.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's one of his better picks when he can't get the Warwick, so fair enough. It gives him some kind of carry potential. He hasn't been able to utilize that yet, but it does give him some carry potential and some actual threat here if he's able to get fed. So pretty nice. And the Malzahar ban, yeah, you expect that when you have an assassin player like Lokesh, and he just coined the phrase "scumbag Blatz" from watching him play Malzahar last game. So I'm not surprised they go ahead and get rid of that and keep scumbag Blatz off his scumbag pick.
But you have to wonder if there are more scumbag pocket picks deep in the pants of Blaz.
Perhaps.
Let's see what their next pick is. Looks like it's going to be Ashe. Ashe is pretty good into Caitlyn. You have the ulti, you have the range with your W, and Simp has had a couple of weak performances so far. Maybe they decided to put him on the Ashe to make it a little bit more manageable in the bot lane. They have one more pick in this rotation. Maybe their support pick could be Alistar again. I know that their support also plays a lot of Lux.
I'd like to see a Lux here. I think Ashe Lux is a pretty strong lane. You get a lot of lane pressure. You have a lot of poke. The Ziggs is good too, actually, because he's kind of a one-trick Ziggs, and it got banned out in the second round last game. So picking it early, if you know that's what you're going to play, you don't really care what Lokesh plays. Just go ahead and take your best champ, take your comfort champ, and that way you don't have to worry about it getting banned out. And the Ashe for Simp for Sange, I like personally. It's just a lot easier to play than the Callista. And even if you get behind on the Ashe, you actually have some utility. You have your arrow, you have some slows, whereas you're kind of just doomed if you get behind on Callista. So
yeah, that's true. Callista just want the terror ride the early and mid game. The Vladimir ban comes out into the Zed ban. They're trying to get rid of these negative assassin matchups for the Ziggs so he can just play his game in the back and never interact with anybody ever. Also, Ornn being banned, which I don't think that their top laner has ever played Ornn.
yeah, I don't know about that one.
He
wouldn't have
plays like
surprised me if
Aurelia, Akali, and Vlad, I think.
Yeah, it wouldn't have surprised me if they banned it on blue side, because they just played against an Ornn and got absolutely clapped by the Ornn, who was solo killing their top and their jungle at the same time. But they actually banned it on red side. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't really think Kaiser Overlord was gonna play Ornn, so I don't really know where that ban's coming from. Maybe they're directing it as like an Ornn support or something. But I
Could
don't.
be.
I don't know if Sax Muffin plays Ornn support. And then they take the Akali away. Lets Lokesh probably on his Akali. Pretty good pick. He's been practicing it. It did just get nerfed. It lost, I think, 5 of its base damage and then 5% of its AP ratio on her Q. So not quite as strong as it was last patch, but it was just actually a revert to a buff they had given it. They given the Akali. They half
Which is
reverted
more
it.
than
So
fine with me. Akali's base damages are busted.
yeah, get rid of
Mordekaiser coming
it.
in probably into the Shen lane unless they're doing the Shen jungle, unless they're doing the River Shen, which I think Mordekaiser is a pretty good matchup into Shen, a lot better than the Akali that Kaiser Overlord brought into Shen last time where he got bodied by it. And Lux does come in. So far, not a terrible comp from WooLoo gang. Set's locked in for the
Set jungle, yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it could be Shen jungle and Set top. We did see Shen jungle in LCS, but I think Set after his nerfs last patch, where Tank Set got nerfed really hard. I don't think he's very good in the jungle anymore. He's not like terrible, but he lost a lot of damage if you don't actually build damage. So his threat while being a tank is much lower. So I'd probably like to see it go top, where you can kind of build like your Bork into Triforce build and do more damage as the set into Mordekaiser than I would in the jungle, where you're kind of limited to playing tank and it's not quite as good as it used to be.
Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely hoping that the River Shen build, if it's that way, I'm feeling a lot more confident. You can't really do much into Graves as set jungle. You can't really do much into Graves as Shen jungle either. And Champ Select is started. Finally, Simp for Sanchez in the lobby. But you can't really do much as Shen or Set into Graves jungle if both players are playing well, but it doesn't matter because Shen will always have that mid-game level 6 ultimate power spike where you can just gank from anywhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then I think both are actually, I think Mord is decent into both Set and Shen. Now, I think Shen is actually kind of dangerous for Mord early in the game. Shen's base damage is just ridiculous when he gets his taunt and he pulls his Q, his sword through you to get the extra max health damage on his Q. I mean, Mord's pretty decent, but levels like 1 through 3, 1 through 4, Shen can really beat up on a Mordekaiser before he's got his lower cooldown on his Q and before he's got enough like W shield built up to actually like heal back up from the trades. So it's a little bit scary early, but later into the mid game, that's when Mord really shines against Shen. He just no longer has the damage to stop Mord from ulting him and walking it down. So it's a little bit dangerous then, but in the early lane, I don't think it's too bad of a matchup if he does take it top, and it looks like he is going to lock it in top.
Yeah, later into the game, you have Mord getting the Leandry that's going to be able to do work onto the Shen Nautilus set, those tanks in the game. Plus, another bonus in the Mordekaiser, the enemy comp only really has 2 forms of damage in Akali and Caitlyn. If you can ult Akali out of that fight, it's going to be looking WooLoo favored in the team fights, I think. I think this is their best shot yet, comp to comp.
True, I genuinely like WooLoo Gang's comp. I mean, Ziggs is a little iffy. I give it more credit because it's Bloss's best pick, and it's kind of a one-trick for him that he got, so I like it more than I would normally like Ziggs in general in any team comp, and in this team comp specifically. But it fits in kind of well. You have poke from Ash W, you have poke from Ziggs, you have poke from Lux support. So you have a decent kind of poke comp, and then in actual team fights, I mean, you've kind of got a decent team fighting team here. Mordekaiser can take one pick out, and then, you know, Graves and Ash can kind of kite around with Lux to kind of shield them up. It's not like Red Side's comp is bad by any means. I think their comp's actually really good as well. But yeah, the Mordekaiser could really beat up an Akali if he ults her away. And then, I don't know, I think after the nerfs, Ash might actually be a little bit better than Caitlyn. I don't know for sure. The nerfs weren't very big, but I think Ash might be a little bit stronger. So we'll have to see.
I think Ash is certainly stronger as a VCU LCS pick. I think the R that Ash provides is just huge in low elo skirmishing, is what I would say. My only thing to improve the WooLoo Gang comp in the pregame lobby, the Twitch chat did not see this, but Sodalus threatened to pick a Nunu and roll it down. If only he wasn't joking. I was praying that he wasn't joking. He'd lock in the Nunu.
I wish.
Nunu would have been such a strong pick.
Yeah, I would much rather see his Nunu. I don't even care if it's Disco Nunu running it down mid. I'd much rather see that than Graves. I'm a big Nunu fan. It's a little bit hard because in this game, your laners aren't exactly the strongest pick players in the tournament, and so you're kind of
I
have to
definitely
take that
feeling a lot of pressure.
Yeah, you kind of, if you want this team to win, I feel like Sodalus feels that he needs to like pick a carry like Graves to actually like do DPS in the late game. Because if he picks Nunu and he gets his team fed, I mean, any team can win if they're fed enough. And it's not like these players are, I don't think any of these players have actually played bad enough to like, where I don't have faith in them if they do get ahead. But there is a difference between a diamond or a master or a challenger, like we actually have in this tournament, on, you know, big time carry champs getting fed than there is, you know, a gold player getting fed. So it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the goal for the WooLoo Gang this game will just to have the Graves passively farm, get himself a lead, and really not allow Lokish to get going on the Akali. I think that's the real win con out of his squad is Akali getting ahead in the early game.
Yeah, I want to see. I think it's really gonna. A lot of this game is gonna come up to blots on his Ziggs. I think he really needs to. He needs to have impact on the game. Yeah, but he just really needs to mitigate this Akali. If Akali's killing him in lane, I think the game's doomed. But if he's able to survive the lane, farm with his Q, farm with his E, stay even, pressure the turrets. Every time Akali backs, he can get some chunk damage on the turret. And then if you ever get a Rift Herald, it'll actually, if you have a Ziggs nearby, you can just one-shot the turret no matter basically what it's at. So, try to play around his turret pressure and his long range in lane. Don't be trading with Akali. Don't let her come up on you. Don't let her attack you. Don't give her any kind of opportunity to get kills. And hope his team is paying attention because I think Lokesh is probably going to leave the lane and try to find kills across the map, either in the jungle or in the top or bot lane. And they just need to be paying attention and make sure that, I don't know, he's spam pinging them or something, letting them know that Lokesh is coming, because giving a kill to this Akali feels pretty doomed. I don't think you have to worry too much about Set and Shen absolutely taking over the game and carrying. And then Pooh on his Caitlyn, I think is actually pretty good, but I think Simp for Sanch and Sax Muffin should probably be okay in this lane here, against Pooh and Cruz.
I think that it's Sim for Sanchez and Sack Muffin's redemption arc this game. They've had 2 lanes where they have lost pretty hard, but now they picked a lane, Lux Ash into Caitlyn Nautilus. You got to think that Lux Ash is coming out way ahead here on paper. This is
Oh yeah,
Sim for
I
Sanchez's
think so
chance
too.
to prove himself as the self-proclaimed second best ADC VCU into the Caitlyn pick, into the Nautilus pick, and not allow the enemy team to get an early game lead like they have in both of their games before.
Yeah, they just gotta shut them down. I mean, keep making the plays. I like that WooLoo Gang is willing to go for it. I don't care if they lose every single play. They have against the two, arguably, especially with Youngest Lay in the jungle. I think that actually makes that team like the second best team, if not the best. So they've played like the best 2 teams in the league, probably, and they made plays and they all failed. But against an opponent that at least early on in the season hasn't looked quite as strong as those 2 teams that we just mentioned, just keep making those plays. Don't give up completely. I think it's okay if Blotz kind of gives up in the mid lane. I think he could trade early, but then he can actually just farm with his Qs from range and provide pressure in another way. But in the top and bot lane, especially in the jungle here, I don't want you to just give up and just completely sack like the game. Keep making those plays. Both teams scale pretty well. I think you actually might outscale a little bit on blue side here, but that doesn't mean you should just take the foot off the gas. Keep playing your style, keep playing with energy, and see if you can actually punish this team.
And what I want you to also notice is we're starting the game up. We're looking at the skins on both of these squads, and the amount of money that blue team, the WooLoo squad, has spent on their skin is exponentially more. They have Elementalist Lux. They have the Dark Star or the Dark Star Mordekaiser. They have weird space Ziggs, and they have an expensive Ash skin. I feel like if skins are getting wins, then I'm feeling pretty good about the WooLoo squad.
Yeah, there's actually 2 champs with no skins on red side, so they're pretty much doomed. This game's already over.
Definitely embarrassing. And plus, whatever that Caitlyn resistance Caitlyn's like a 520 skin. Gross.
True. Ugh.
I'm gonna puke
Disgusting.
honestly on broadcast, and that would be embarrassing.
Literally disgusting.
Minions have spawned.
But
And
I was gonna say they did get a ward in on red side. They got a ward on the jungle on the red buff, so they will actually know where Graves is gonna start. They did not get any kind of deep vision on blue side, just some river wards to hopefully stop any invades. So could be a little scary. They will know where Graves is kind of here in the early game. They'll know that Shen needs to play safe top side because Graves will probably path straight up top from here.
I do think that the vision on Graves and where he starts is a little bit less useful because I think Graves should be doing a 6 camp start into recalling anyways. So
Yeah,
I don't
true.
think you want any real gank information. Into set, I think it'd be a lot more useful here. And I'm really curious to see how the Mordekaiser does because Kaiser Overlord has had 2 winning lanes and he's lost them both so far in his debut.
Ooh, hook already onto the Ashe. Getting a little bit of poke there. Not too much. They're all level 1, so it's not too bad. we saw a little bit in that very short clip of the trade we had up top lane already. The trades early should be probably Shen favored. Mordekaiser, if he could take it really extended, might be okay with his passive. But, I mean, you see how much damage he's taking from Shen Qs right now. Like, he just gets hard out-traded from these Qs. He almost kills Unearthly Narwhal, but he just ints himself away. Kaiser Overlord, even the question mark in the old chat, feels bad. He really should have just been happy with how good that trade was going. The fact that he could play the Shen out like that, Shen kind of played it pretty bad. That he wasn't able to get out. He wasn't able to get level 2, and so to either get his taunt off to engage or disengage. Set is getting kind of beat up here, and Ziggs is nearby. He does use his W to keep himself alive, and now Lokesh is here. He might have the damage to actually kill Sodalus. He's going to go back in. Sodalus flashes over the wall. He is out of range of the Akali. She is pretty low. Does not have a way to get onto him. Can't finish off the kill.
And 2 flashes blown on the side of Lokesh's team. 1 flash blown out of the graves. That's definitely a net positive for WooLoo. And he's going to be able to get that early scuttle to bar the Akali roaming with 10% HP, which I don't think is happening. Graves has a smite. Set doesn't. Should be easy. And another thing is Shen didn't even have to blow his flash top lane. And now Kaiser Overlord is getting really out-traded now that he had that gold deficit and level deficit.
Shen didn't even buy items. Shen didn't buy any new items after he came back. He TP'd back with just his Doran shield, but so he didn't even get anything off the kill. This is just how hard Shen bodies champs early in the game. He's going to kill Kaiser Overlord again. It's just nothing. You have to be playing a lot safer than that. Mord outscales Shen in the side lane so hard if you're just willing to not basically play like this. But this is just, he got the counter pick, but it's not a counter pick yet, and it's not working out for him. Also, I don't know if you can hear us or not, Becca, but if you want to fix the scoreboard, if you want to move the champs into the right spots, I think some people in the chat are asking for that. Who might go down here? He is going to die. Simp actually gets the kill.
He might get the Nautilus,
too.
Get
both.
Oh, no.
She'll come at the last second.
Well, and I think Ashe might have canceled an auto there. I'm going to go back 15 seconds just to check it out. I think that she could have gotten the auto on Nautilus before he flashed away, but we'll see.
Yeah. Still well played in the gank, managing to get a kill back. I think you really need all the help you can get here from WooLoo gang. And they actually, I think they have the advantage here against Yukino Simp. With Sodalus has the range advantage and can easily kite him out. I think
neither of them should ever die here, but I feel like Soda walks onto the wrong side of the alcove.
Yeah, it has to run now. Caitlyn is almost here.
Doesn't matter.
Does die though. Gets the kill first. Well played.
And I think this is the best early game.
Yeah, this is the bot diff
that they've had so far.
They need to bot jungle diff them. And I think that Sodalus is a better jungler than Yukino Simp. Yukino Simp is off-rolled from mid to the jungle role. And I think their bot lane is actually at least as good, if maybe not better. I mean, I think Pooh is probably the best player in either bot lane. But I think Simp and Saxmuffin together might be better than Pooh combined with Karuz. Even though Karuz actually did play that earlier fight pretty well to live with 1 HP. It's just, Simp and Saxmuffin are pretty close in rank, and they've played at least this game, pretty well, getting that kill and helping Sodalus get another one onto the enemy jungler.
Yeah, but at this point in the game, you see that Shen has hit level 6, so it's going to be a lot harder to pressure the bottom lane and the jungle unless you're able to do something about that Shen first. But the deficit is huge, and they're onto the Ziggs, hit him with the W, and he is already dead. Ziggs had to blow flash there, too.
Yeah, it's actually good that kill went over to Yukino Simp and not Lokesh. I think you actually really want the kill onto the Akali there. He did burn his flash, so not great. It's going to make it harder for him to lane in the future, but you're not feeling too sad, I think, if you're Blots. You do have a slight CS lead, and Akali didn't get the kill, so the game's not doomed yet.
Yeah, you're not malding just yet, but they do have a pause right now for unknown reason. Lokesh had to do a thing. So
Lokesh doing his thing.
That'll happen sometimes. Sometimes you just got to do things.
Yeah, sometimes. I think if you are blue side WooLoo gang, you are scared of the fact that Unearthly Narwhal is just bodying your Mordekaiser so hard into the next century. Mord can't play this lane right now. It will get better, even being this far behind. If he doesn't get further behind, eventually he can fight this Shen. But instead of it being at like 1 item and like level 6, 7, or 8 that he can kind of fight Shen and start beating him pretty hard, it's gonna be at like 2.5 items and like level, I don't know, man, like level 13 probably before he can really start taking fights against Shen and winning them hard enough to matter. Because the Shen's just, I mean, he's got a Spectral Cal already. He's not gonna take damage from Mord anymore in the short trades, and that's all he wants to do.
Yeah,
So,
I'd like to see Leandries and Merc treads out of Mord this game.
Simp
There's
could have been hooked there. I think
a
Karoo should
lot
be.
needed. Yeah.
They locked in the freeze, and Sax Muffin's here now, so it's not really that dangerous. He actually gets rooted up on the backside and could be in a kind of a bad spot himself. Gets slowed, taking a lot of damage from Simp might actually die here. Caitlyn does not have the heal to save him. He is going to go down. Lux actually KS's that a little bit, and Caitlyn is trading back on a Simp really hard, but he is going to go down himself as well. That's a double kill for nothing for the bot lane of WooLoo gang, showing who's the best bot laner, showing some bot diff here. Playing that really well. Karoo's waited too long. He was sitting in that bush, and he could have hooked Simp before Sax Muffin arrived, but I think they wanted him and Pooh were not on the same page. Pooh was looking to kind of lock in a freeze, and then Karoo's waited too long, and when he actually does go for the hook, Sax Muffin has already shown up and then punishes him for going in way too deep with Caitlyn not nearby.
This is the bot lane difference that WooLoo gang has been waiting for, and it looks like Mordekaiser might be dying again in the top lane, and he does.
That
this
was
is not great.
And that was just played, like, mechanically played. Like, not only did he put himself in the situation, which was pretty bad, mechanically he played that horrible. He consumed his shield, assuming that I think the trade was done. He consumed his shield and healed from it, and you only get, like, half of the health. And so that last auto attack actually kills him, whereas if he had kept the shield up and not used it to heal, he probably survives.
Yeah, definitely not great. Ziggs tried to get out with his satchel, but he's not able to.
Shenalt comes in.
A quick death.
Yeah,
Shenalt was not needed there. He probably should have saved or used the Shenalt for when Caitlyn and Nautilus were getting diffed in the bot lane, but instead he saves it for the set gank to get his assist that he'd been waiting for.
And now Akali has the kill. Now you have to be scared because Lokesh has a kill. He has an assist. He's got his gun. He's got not his gunblade, his Hextech revolver already. Once he gets that gunblade, he's going to be in a really strong position in this game. And Blotz still doesn't have. He still has half the timer on his flash. That earlier gank, they got the kill, but like just burning the flash, I think is the bigger part of that. Makes it so this gank is so easy. Yukino Simp plays really well to actually just ult Blotz out of his knockback from his own satchel and right out of the turret, so he actually couldn't get to safety. I mean, yeah, wasted Shenalt, but you know, not the end of the world. You would have liked to maybe save that for your bot lane, but Shen doesn't need his ult to clap this Mordekaiser again. If you're Mord here, ult him. Ult.
Yeah,
okay,
he hasn't pressed his R yet. Mord has a free kill there, but I guess he was just nervous. I am not sure what happened there. That was the freest kill in the world from Mordekaiser. I think he just a little tilted. Lux gets a nice binding onto the Nautilus. Both of them are still level 5, and you have 6s out of Ashe and Lux here. Oh, no.
Oh, he actually gets the kill. Thank God. He actually uses his ult.
Call the ambulance, but not for me.
Not
Shouts
for me.
Kaiser Overlord to the heavens.
Yeah.
But you got to notice that Set is taking down the Herald right now. Could still be a positive gold trade.
So that's what I wanted earlier, because you saw how much less damage Shen did once the ult came out. He only needed like 1 or 2 auto attacks before the ult was there, and now I believe he's going to go down to the. I don't think there's any way he's getting out here. Actually, with Sodalis here, he does live with 1 HP. A teleport's coming in from Shen to keep himself safe. Sodalis is taunted up and is getting beaten up by this unearthly narwhal, but he might be able to run away in time. Uses the flash, gets out. Ziggs ult comes in for kind of no reason on the backside, and Graves uses his ult just to knock himself away and give him no way out from Lokesh. Lokesh is going to pick up 2 quick kills and get out of here maybe, and that's just not what you want. He does go down to Blotz on the backside. Scumbag Blotz picking up the kill. Scumbag kill with 1 auto attack, but phew, now Lokesh has 3 kills. This is a little scary.
Yeah, they tried to fix a bit of a problem in the Mord getting chased down by the Set, but in trying to fix this problem, they just made it a bigger problem.
Yeah. Mord gets punished. He does pick up his kill. He finishes his proto belt. So going for a cheap item, I think that's a good idea against this Shen. You're already behind. You don't have a lot of gold, so just pick up what you can buy. He did get the kill. Using your ult against the Shen is big because you take away all those base stats. You make yourself so much tankier. and you actually have a chance to fight, which is how he picked up that kill. But he just sticks around afterwards, caught kind of being greedy for no reason. Could have just backed on his gold, but instead risks dying again, and easy kill picked up for Lokesh there. Sodalis tried to save him, but couldn't either and just dies himself. So, not good all around.
And Graves actually had a level deficit to Set in the jungle. Now, I'm not trying to be hypercritical, but that should usually not happen. Your Graves clear speed is very quick. You should have way more CS than him at this point in the game, but he's just spending a lot of time in his lanes.
Lokesh has no ult, but he's able to just run out with his smoke screen. Nothing they can really do to stop him in there. And they had Yukino Simp coming up, so they couldn't really waste a lot of time trying to fight. The trades are going better for Kaiser Overlord here in the top lane with that kill, and he's actually at a completed item advantage, even if he's still down gold, I believe. Yeah, still down like 400 or 500 gold. But with the completed item, he's a little bit stronger. Shen does get a taunt on her tower though, which hurts him, but he's managed to get out.
That's Lux ult coming out with Graves dashing in. Set is on top of Ashe, and so is Nautilus ult. Graves is taken down by the Set ult, and they're chasing down the Lux as well. Akali absolutely one-shots. N6 is almost dead,
Caitlyn ult
too.
is not enough. Trading in the top lane, trading in the bot lane. Kills picked up on the side for 2D Sim Squad, which makes the play definitely go in their favor. They are close, though. These fights are not easy. Giving more and more gold to this Akali, though, is not what you want. And Kaiser Overlord... Oh, if Shen had pressed forward, might have been able to get that kill with one more auto, but decided to back up. And now they're going to collect the dragon here.
You gotta wonder if Shen is just valuing the 5 or so CS over the Mordekaiser's gold bounty.
Probably. yeah, honestly, probably. I think he just assumed he couldn't get the kill there. I think he saw the shield and said, I don't have enough damage. But once again, Kaiser Overlord just pressed his shield to instantly heal him. He just keeps double-clicking it, basically. And that makes it really, like, inefficient in terms of the overall, like, health it's giving you. So he probably actually could have just killed him with one more auto.
And Set is now 2 levels above the Graves at this point.
Yeah, Graves having a hard time finding farm.
You are, I think you're lagging a bit.
Oh, am I?
It just, it fixed itself. But Graves, as a champion, is a stat check champion. You need to have that lead. You're just raw damage. That's all your champion is. And you cannot be sacrificing your own lead to be sitting in different lanes while you have multiple camps up on the map.
Very
that's
true.
how this happened.
Yeah, Yukino Simp's just he's finding more game impact and more farm. He's going to the right lanes. He's come bot a lot, and it hasn't super worked out for him. But every time he goes mid, it's pretty much huge. He's getting a lot of value from going mid over and over. There's a 2v2 in the top lane again, but it's actually a 3v2 because Lokesh is here, and Blas is not. Scumbag Blas decides to stay in his lane and farm instead of going to help his team, and down goes Sodalis and Kaiser Overlord. So yeah, this is kind of what we were talking about in games previous. The WooLoo gang does not stop making plays ever, and because of that, you know, they get behind, and Sodalis falls behind. He's down like 20 CS now. He's still down, what, 2 levels? And despite that, instead of trying to farm, catch up to CS, get some items, he just keeps making plays and keeps going for it, and falls further and further behind. And while I like to see the proactivity, you're kind of biting yourself in the butt once you just keep going for plays and they keep failing over and over.
Yeah, Graves are being dug for the WooLoo gang by the WooLoo gang. I don't think even Graves should have gone top there. I'm not saying that, because I don't think Ziggs going top would have helped them at all, and they might be getting a kill onto the Caitlyn here. Ashe is, unable to do it due to the Shen ult, and they're going back on the... Nope, nothing's happening. Lux is dead.
Died, yeah.
Ashe is running. Hopefully, they live. But Nautilus is closing in. We'll see if he's able to get anything. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, starting to build a decent-sized gold lead here for 2D Sim Squad. They're up about 3,000 gold, so pretty sizable for 15-minute mark. It's probably the lowest gold lead at 15 minutes that WooLoo gang has, the lowest gold deficit they've had at 15 minutes all season, so you got that to be happy with, and you do scale pretty decently here, but the fact that you're down 2 levels to this tank set as Graves is pretty bad. It's gonna be a while before you're really useful as Graves at this point, and the Akali being fed is real scary, because nobody on your team is really strong, but I think Simp is who you're trying to protect here with this Ashe. He does have the most gold on his team, and still 1,000 gold on multiple players on red side, but you know, at least he's got the most gold on his own team. But it's going to be hard to keep him safe from that Fed Akali when she wants blood.
Yeah, and she wants it right now. Going in on the Grave is able to flash out, and now she dashes over the wall to catch up to him. It looks like it's going to be curtains for at least the Mordekaiser.
Yeah.
Set ults him mid-ult to buy some times.
Luck Shield not enough. Zig's ult came in but didn't do enough either. Mordekaiser wins that 1v1 with Set pretty hard, but it just doesn't do enough damage quick enough. So he uses ult to kind of isolate himself in the 1v1, but Set's just tanky enough at this point. Mord doesn't have enough damage to where he actually can kill him during the duration of the ult. So all he has to do is live until ult wears off, and then his whole team's there to kill the Mordekaiser right after. No
I
real
really
danger for
think
Yukinosem.
Mordekaiser should be prioritizing the Leandri's Torment this game.
Yeah, he's looking to Nashor's Tooth, and I don't really agree with that. I think he should have gone, if you were to get the Nashor's Tooth, I think he should have gone Leandri's first. But he wanted the Proto Belt just because it's cheap, and he didn't have any gold because he was getting kind of clapped by Unearthly Narwhal. So
He is 1-6, I will say that.
yeah, he just needed whatever value he can get. I don't like, when you're getting destroyed on Mord, you don't really want the Nashors. Yes, it helps you in the 1v1. It helps you against Yukino Simp and Unearthly Narwhal and Lokesh too, if you ever ult them. But it gives you no health, and right now they're all strong enough to where I think they just kind of burst you out actually as Mord too fast, where you don't get as much out of your Nashors as you normally would.
And you see Akali is going on the flank for the Lux and Ashe. They see her and they walk away. Dragon is going to be up in 5 seconds. They have Mord and they have Shen in the top lane, but Mord does not have, or Shen does not have.
Oh, they missed the assault as well. RIP the rest of WooLoo gang if they get caught here. Yeah, just caught warding, stepped up, tried to clear the ward, but was up too far with Dragon up. Akali just one-shots him. I guess the Kate ult coming in for good measure, but it's just never going to happen there. We see Blotz getting some decent poke, but with Lokesh on the flank, he doesn't have an ult, so it's not super dangerous, but he is scary enough to force Blotz and Sodalist away. He's 3 levels up on Sodalist, 1 level up on Blotz. Not much they can really do to that Akali. Yukinosem could come over the wall also and really mess these guys up. Yeah, it does it. Uses the Nimbus Cloak to get into range, but good flash from Scumbag Blotz to get out of there fast enough.
Yeah, and it looks like this might be another death for the Mordekaiser too. He proto belts to safety, but Shen has flash.
Yeah, why did he walk back up? Shen could have just flashed on him and killed him there. I don't know why. This Mord really doesn't mind. He keeps getting chunked out to 1 HP and then kind of sticking around for like no reason, almost begging Shen to just kill him. And I'm kind of wishing Shen just would, because I'm tired of seeing this guy play.
How else will he learn?
Yeah, I'm just exactly. I'm tired of seeing him playing with his brain off for Mord. So I'm kind of wishing Shen would just keep punishing him.
Yeah, I think he had a really good level 1, and when he botched the dive, I think that his mental went down as fast as his death count went up.
Yep, and he died again. Good Ashe arrow. Instantly kills Pooh in the bot lane, getting a kill back while Kaiser Overlord runs it down on the top side. But I don't think they have the DPS to kill this Nautilus. They have Shen ult and Stoneplate. They're actually going to look for the kill. Akali is roaming down, and they get the Nautilus ultimate to knock up Zax Muffin. She is going to get beat really bad here. Karuz has his Q again, I believe, in any second now. But he's 1 HP. He does actually go down. Good flash to get away from the Akali. She's already used her ult, though, and she does a ton of damage, but she's under turret. And with no flash, might not be able to get away. Looks like she loses 1 HP, actually. That turret shot just not doing enough.
And Ziggs is not able to get the poke that he requires. And now Set is on to Graves as they tussle at the Herald.
Graves is still down.
Pretty coin flippy whoever gets this one, I think. Just
Set
because of the way that the Herald Eye interacts. It's just whoever gets an Eye smite.
TP
and it
coming
died.
in from Unearthly Narwhal, actually. Actually pretty good from Sodalist. You keep Yukinosem from getting it, period, by just sticking around so we can't finish it off. And you get the TP out of Shen to kind of give you some backup. So
Herald is just a win more tool. It wouldn't have been super useful for Sodalist. You can maybe chunk out the mid turret, but that could have been game ending for a team that could just dominate the fights with the Akali, the Caitlyn.
Very true. I give Simp and Zax Muffin a lot of credit in this bot lane. They're finding ways to punish this team. They've killed Pooh repeatedly. They're really dominating in the 2v2. The only thing that's really kind of getting them is the fact that Yukino Simp and Unearthly Narwhal are always here. Ult on Unearthly Narwhal is doing some pretty good damage here as Mord, but he probably just goes down in the 1v1 even in his ult. And actually Yukino Simp, Scumbag Yukino Simp, steals it the second that ult wears off.
So, you know, probably can't win the 2v1 when you're 7 death moored.
I don't think you can win the 1v1 as the 8
Yeah.
death moored.
Yeah. And Ashe is going to be dead here because you're Ashe and you're pushed up with no flash.
Yeah. Saxmoman does a decent amount of damage. Went for the Luden's first item, which I get because you need a kind of carry here, and you've actually got 2 kills and 4 assists, so you got a little bit of damage. Sodalus is here. Pooh has to use his flash to survive there. So good route there. But I normally on Lux support, you want to see the more actual supportive build where you go like Ardent Sensor into, or Athene's into Ardent Sensor. But
I honestly am more than fine with the damage coming out of Lux. I feel like the rest of your team is inting enough. Use the pressure to carry.
Yep, I get it. I mean, I've played plenty of support games where I just decide after getting a couple of kills on purpose or stealing them from my ADC either on purpose or not on purpose, I just decide that I'm the carry and I'm building like a regular champ even if I'm a support. So
it looks like Ziggs is about to die here. The tower is so low. You just walk up, you take it, and Ziggs is dead.
For the turret.
Yukino Simp makes a pretty big mistake. They should probably still get the kill though.
Yeah, Lokesh is too strong. Even if he's diving under that turret, he could probably have killed Blots on his own, honestly. I think if he had even diving under that turret. It's pretty scary to play this game if you're Blots, if you're matching Lokesh. It's just not. His Akali is just way too fed. You really need, like, I don't even know what you want here. Banshees would be good to get you the magic resist, but I don't even know if that saves you. And then Stopwatch into Zanya's wouldn't give you the resist, but it would give you the invulnerability, so at least she can't turret dive you as easy.
I think you just need to be farther back there. I think you need to recognize how low health your turret is and what's happening on the map. They were able to trade the top turret, though. I cannot believe, I'm in disbelief, that those are the first 2 turrets taken of this near 30 kill game.
The gold lead isn't like too bad, considering this is WooLoo Gang, who have been blown out by like 20k at this point every game. The game actually ended before this point last game. You know, their gold lead's not too bad. It's about 5k. And that's not ridiculous. That's pretty big at 25 minutes. They should, like, you know, 2D Simp Squad, if they play well, should be able to close this out without too much difficulty. But it's a comebackable game from a team that has decent scaling in the team fight. But they are going to get blasted here. Good play with Yukino Simp and Shen combining to instantly jump on their whole team, and they just do too much damage. Karus is a little bit caught out by Nautilus. Might be able to get the kill, but he actually uses his flash to get away. And Kaiser Overlord is completely useless on his Mordekaiser with his Nashor's Tooth because he's 1 in 9. Ziggs ult does not do enough damage to find the kill, and it ends up going 3 for 0. Make that a 6-7k gold lead for Red Side.
Yeah, now you're at a point where you have 3 dragons to 1. 5 minutes from now, that's going to be the Ocean Soul, and you are going to have a very hard time losing this game when you have 3 tanks for the Ocean Soul.
Yeah, it's feeling a little bit doomed for WooLoo Gang. They do scale well. They do have good team fight, so just, you know, keep trying, but you're going to have to fight for the soul here, and just get all the gold you can, man. Like, if you go into that dragon fight with Sodalus down 3 levels on Yukino Simp, Blots down 2 levels on Lokesh, you're going to, you know, Kaiser Overlord down 2 levels on Unearthly Narwhal, you're going to lose.
And what I will say about the Simp Squad is they are having a very hard time getting any speedrun PBs and beating WooLoo Gang this game. I feel like they're making long air. But I'm set. Then is away with his red cape of Fury, the Deadman plate. Lux gets hooked, and she's able to flash out. And did Nautilus pop? No, he did not. I don't think he popped his gargoyles there. But it looks like they're all closing in on the top side of the map, threatening a mid dive, trying to take more turrets right now.
Oh, look,
I hear you again.
Yeah, there we go. I'm back. I don't know if I was lagging or if you were lagging, but I could hardly hear you. You were a robot on my screen, and I don't know if I was even coming through at all.
One of us for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, using the Shen ult again with you can makes him super tanky with that Shen ult. They just absolutely blast everyone under the turret. WooLoo gang is just clapped. They have no chance, man. After diving with your full team under that turret, wiping them off the map completely, and not losing a single member, nobody even getting low in that fight, you just lose this game, I think. Taking a little more BM than I'd like to see when you're playing against the worst team in the league, probably, or so far the worst team in the league, and you're the worst at beating them out of every team that they've played yet. I don't know if that BM is
Yeah.
really what you want to be doing. Really bragging about the fact that you took longer to beat the worst team than any of the other teams, but you know, we did see some market improvement from WooLoo gang, and they're not going to end yet, so they still have a chance, but WooLoo gang's bot lane, I think, actually played really well this game. Simp actually played like a guy who thinks that he could be the second best ADC VCU.
Yeah, honestly, impressive game out of Simp and Sax Muffin.
Yeah, genuinely. I think Sodalist's performance was a little not good. Oh, the Zanyas from Lokash absolutely just like canceled out all those ultimates. They're going to re-dive them again here. No turret this time, so it should make it even easier. Trying to use their abilities to kite away, but they just don't have the damage to actually threaten anything. Even though this kiting is hitting, it doesn't mean anything because they can't actually kill anyone. Sodalist is going to fall here. Simp is going to fall here. Blotz is probably going to fall here. I don't think the Kaiser Overlord gets this kill on Unearthly Narwhal in any universe. I think he just walks himself right out, and then he goes down. And Kaiser Overlord, man, this game, I think a lot of it's on his shoulders. Genuinely, like nobody is playing amazing from WooLoo gang, but you have 12 deaths at this point, and I think like 10 of them are kind of your fault. Like maybe 2 or 3 were kind of because you got ganked or you didn't really have a chance to like do anything, but like 8 or 9 of those kills are squarely on big misplays against a player that's like the same rank.
Yeah, I think that Sodalist, Kaiser Overlord, both of them, I'm not sure if their mental is shot or what, but they had very weak performances this game. Both of them were just chain running it down most of the game.
Yeah.
Double time for Kaiser Overlord, striking his 12th death recently.
And I mean, I can see why you would be tilted. I mean, you just came off of getting just blasted by another team.
And you have to play again.
Yeah, I don't like scheduling games back to back because you always run the risk where if you lose in game 1, you might be too tilted to win in game 2. So it's always kind of scary when you schedule games right back to back like this. And it's I don't know if it would have mattered, but it looks like the mental was just. It looks like Kaiser Overlord was just mental boom this whole game.
Yeah, people really don't understand how much momentum will affect the game. And Yukino Simp is able to get another kill onto Sax Muffin. It looks like they're going after the Mordekaiser too. Akali gives it her best shot with an ult, and they continue the dive. Ults onto the Zig, kills him too. Now they're onto the Ashe.
Scumbag Blotz killed instantly. Simp hiding under his turret, trying to use his W to kind of kite people away. Meanwhile, they're picking up the Ocean Soul at the same time. They will get this game to 30 minutes, more than likely. I don't think they'll end in the next 45 seconds, so well done from the side of WooLoo gang, but I do believe your defeat is inevitable. I don't think you have a chance to come back into this game anymore now that Ocean Soul's been picked up.
WooLoo gang, if you need a coach, my DMs are open. We can get you out of this hole.
The best caster and the best coach. Pick up my man Connor.
I will tell Sodalist how to play Graves.
His fees aren't even that bad.
No. I'm very reasonable.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Mordekaiser does ult the Caitlyn, but she had the QSS. Insane outplay. They're able to kill the Mordekaiser.
Oh no, and then Scumbag Blotz and Sax Muffin are one shot at the same time by Lokash.
What's the point of ending if you don't get to the 40th kill? They better get one more.
Gotta get one more. Lokash is 15-1-7, just absolutely clapping people on this Akali.
Oh no. They get it.
Oh, shut down on the Shen. They can't quite get this 40th kill. Simp is absolutely carrying in this fight, putting out mad DPS, not letting them end easily. Set is being run down. Does have
he does no damage.
And Ocean Soul, so yeah, doesn't do anything. They are straying out of the base. Maybe they can find this 13th kill. Sodalist is grabbed. Akali is on him. Killed number 40 on the board.
Now you can.
We have ticked past 30-minute mark though, so I think that's kind of a loss actually for 2D Sim Squad. And Pooh killed once again.
Yeah, imagine
Sanch
taking
not
30
going down.
minutes to beat WooLoo Gang. Gross.
Simp Sanch is actually just cleaning people up here. I mean, I know they're kind of like trolling around right now, but he's actually picked up 2 kills in this fight, and he's gonna die to low cash. He has to just flash away just from the fact that he doesn't know where he is in the shroud, and low cash could one-shot him. But he's actually putting out a lot of damage here. He's also 2 levels up. He's level 17, and the Shallow's coming in. Down goes Simp Sanch. Kill number 43. Oh, he lives? He lives? No, he's dead. Okay.
If
Kill
this
number
is
43.
like 20 minutes from now, and Ash is full build, that's like a tactical, game-saving, base maneuver. But when you're 2-item Ash 30 minutes into the game, that is a hitting cardboard with a water gun.
Yeah, it's just not much you can do. I feel bad for Simp Sanch. I think he actually had a really good game.
Yeah, I
Same as
agree.
Max Muffin, found some critical binds.
Their
played
bot
really
lane
well.
was definitely really good that game. I was very happy. I would say that they won lane.
I think we're gonna bring Mr. Lowcash. He was just on the stream. We're bringing him back. He can come interview with us. He can come tell us how he managed to clap so hard with his Akali against Scumbag Blots. Lowcash is here. Lowcash, how do you feel after that win? Your first win of the season, correct?
My first what?
Is it the first win of the season for you?
Second
guys?
win. Second win.
Okay.
Yeah. So, honestly, like, I just kind of wanted to put the Malzahar player in his place. Like, I don't care if he's a Ziggs one trick. I'm not scared of Ziggs. I'm not scared of Malzahar either, but, like, I want him, because the thing is, like, with my champion pool, I feel like if I don't ban Malzahar, he just picks it into me, and it's just annoying. So I'm just like, okay, I'll let him play his one trick, and then I'll demolish him on his one trick. So.
True.
It's just kind of what it was.
Definitely rough, because Ziggs is definitely not a great pick into Assassin, so I don't know why they decided to do that.
So I personally think Ziggs is okay into Akali pre-6 because she really doesn't have any ways of actually trading with him without taking like 1,000,000 damage. But like, I feel like post-6 and after you get Gunblade, he just kind of gets run over. So at that point, like, I just had to like that's the reason like I took Fleet Footwork, right? I'm just trying to survive, and then when I like farm up and I get my items, then at that point the game is just kind of over because he can't do anything anymore. Like a couple of kills here and there, just snowball.
Yeah, we identified the second the game started. We said if you get a kill, you win the game. And with the help of Josh, Mr. Yukino Simp there, you burned his flash. He did scumbag steal a kill from you, so you didn't get it as early as you might have wanted to. But with the flash burned, he came right back, got another kill, got you the first one, and it was just on a roll from there. No chance.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Josh. I feel like we both like have been working together to like get this mid jungle synergy going, and oftentimes like he'll either call for a play and like I'll set it up for him, or I'll call for a play and then he'll like path to like set up a pathing towards me, and then we like pull things off. And like I'm honestly like really surprised as to how well he can play jungle. And I'm actually really excited to keep playing with him. I think he's really good. Like I think jungle is like his role.
Good to see. Good to hear that other people think he's a good jungler. He's role swapped a couple of times now. Did a little stint as ADC. Now he's done a stint at jungle after his. He only had one split where he's played the full season at mid lane, and everybody thought he was the best mid laner at VCU out of nowhere. I think he's just actually really, really, really good at mid. But since then, he hasn't come back and played it, so I don't know what's happening. But
I think Josh, this might actually be my last VCU LCS. I'm not sure, so Josh wanted to make sure that I got to play mid. That's why he's playing jungle.
Oh, sadness. Locash, you cannot leave.
I've got so much going on, bro.
Bro, you cannot leave. I'll be sad. Either way, not as
sad
as WooLoo Gang.
You have to go out with a bang. Are you able to win this season?
Am I able to win this season? I'm not trying to like think about like the future or anything. I'm just trying to take things game after game. After we lost to Washington League Ball, we just kind of like, as a team, we sat down and like we just sort of talked to each other about things that work for us, things that don't work, how we want to play the game, how we should communicate with each other better, and we've been getting in a lot of practice. And also shout out to the League Ballers. They've been giving us quite a bit of help.
And finally, do you have any advice for the struggling 0-3 WooLoo Gang at this point? You've seen them lose. You've beaten them yourself. What do you think?
For the struggle, I think what you guys need, I literally, like, if you want my honest advice, you want honest advice or do you want, like, meme advice or do you want both?
Hey, you do both. You do whatever you're feeling.
Okay, I'll go with the meme advice first. For the meme advice, I think bot lane should go on Sona Lux every single game. Top lane picks Ornn. Then he plays Master Yi, and then Blah should just play Taric. So Taric, Master Yi, just funnel Yi. That's how they win their games.
Is that your meme or your real answer? That
That's
they
my
should
meme.
play funnel Yi.
That's my meme. My real answer would be just let Rajiv play like a carry top, and then have have like a Galio mid or something, Galio or Twisted Fate in the mid lane, and just play for making picks across the map, because I don't think their team works very good. And bot lane, I'm being serious when I say it. I think like a double support bot lane, or like maybe like Mage's bot would be pretty helpful, but I don't know if they're willing to do that, but I think that's probably the best course of action. And I think Sodalis should probably switch to a more supportive jungling style.
I agree 100% on the more supportive jungling style. I think he keeps trying to pull out these Graves. He pulled out Lee Sin the first game, and it's not working. He's trying to play Graves in a supportive manner, or Lee Sin in like a supportive manner, which is less bad on Lee Sin, but when you're putting yourself behind on Graves actively every game to try and gank early for your team, you're just not going to win. You're going to put yourself behind. You're probably going to put your laners behind too. You need to play like Nunu. You need to play like, I don't know, Nunu. Play Nunu.
Yeah, and after that game, I'm a little bit scared to put Kaiser Overlord on a carry. I mean, I think he was tilted from the first game, but that game did not look good from Kaiser Overlord. 1-15 and 0, participated in a grand total of 1 kill where he solo killed Chen, but had the least gold in the game, I'm pretty sure, and just not a good performance.
I mean, like, I don't think Rajiv is bad by any means. Like, I think he's pretty good. It's just, I just think he's a little bit tilted from the previous game. I think he'll definitely bounce back. I just feel like, a hot take, honestly, I think it's best if you just put him mid lane and play through mid jungle. I don't think having, like, no flame to Blaz or anything, but, like, I don't think having a Ziggs Malzahar player is what you want. I'd rather, like, if Kaiser Overlord, if Rajiv wants to play, like, Assassins and, like, super carry champions, like, I don't think you want to put him top lane.
Quote Lokesh, scumbag blots, get out of my mid lane. That's what I heard.
I'm gonna be honest, like, even with, like, the elo discrepancy between Rajiv and Blaz, like, again, no flame to Blaz, I think Rajiv would have done way better mid lane against me.
Also, why'd you build Morellos? Brandon really wants to know.
Why'd I build Morellos? I was ahead, so I want to kill them faster with all that magic pen.
Aha. Why'd you complete it, though?
Why did I complete it? Well, you know, I just felt like it.
LS
I was so ahead. The
thing
is, like, I was gonna sit on Oblivion Orb and then build into, like, Death Cap afterwards, but then I was like, you know what? I got the gold. I don't really care. I'll just finish the Morellos.
True. I like it. Either way, good win. Well done. 2D Simp Squad picking up another victory here, marching their way towards the playoffs, or the hope of playoffs in the end of the season. Well done again, and thanks for interviewing with us. Yes,
sir. All right, peace out. I'm leaving.
Later.
I do believe this is the last game of the night. I'm pretty sure that's it for tonight's games. So we're gonna end up calling it here. Shout out to Becca, our streamer today. Well done. Thanks for taking the role, because our internet is apparently too bad for either of us to be able to stream. So big shout out. Thanks.
At least one of us. Who knows?
yeah. One of us was obviously not good enough to stream this game, because we could barely even cast it. So once again, thanks, Becca. Your work is very good.
Oh, those bastards
coming in clutch, making sure we're not even lagging. Thank you.
That Wumpus tripping over the wires. You gotta hate it.
Either way, I think that's going to do it for us. We'll catch you guys on the next game. Not sure when it's scheduled, but I'm sure there will be a ping about it. And until then, peace out.